forsaken me. Scream out your heathenry to the Canada. Break your soldiers, hands up your own control. You are the king, are you the queen? So give me the rest, only the best will fake it. Start the siege, kingdom is fall.
Goddamn, guys. Goddamn.
Uh, uh yeah. The, you know, this company, WWE to be specific, they truly have their head shoved so far up their ass. I can't even I can't even describe to you guys, man. So apparently yesterday, we got a epic edition of Monday Night Raw
I don't think it was epic, man. It wasn't epic as it was promised.
because Paul
Good old Paul.
doesn't know what he's doing apparently. Um, I don't know what happened to Paul, but this is not the Paul that I remember. I don't know. I don't. I truly do not know what this company's got going on. I really don't, man. Paul promised us an epic edition of Monday Night Raw, and what we got was
It was truly epic. You know?
I mean,
Epic proportions.
is this guy fucking serious, man? Is this guy actually serious at this point? You mean to tell me coming out of Survivor Series, which was a fucking god fuck, that show was so boring. Coming out of Survivor Series, this is what you got for us, Paul.
This is what you get. This is what's epic to Paul, man. The most basic run sheet for an episode of Raw you can make is epic to this man. Just stop talking, Paul. Like, just stop. Stop with your little talking about the show's gonna be this. The new era begins now. The show's gonna be epic. Your pockets are gonna be ran. Whatever it's gonna be, man. It's you're just setting yourself up for disappointment, man. He really just does that constantly.
Man, I really I don't know what happened. I do not know what happened, man. It really does seem like a fall from grace, and I still am not over Survivor Series, to be 100% honest with you guys, man. How in
Suck.
man, how in the world do you fumble war games that bad?
They dead ass did nothing with War Games. They didn't continue any stories. They didn't make a story. They literally just went through the motions for both matches and called it a fucking night.
Good grief, man. Good grief. Um Coming out of Survivor Series, man, I really would have hoped that you had something in store on Monday Night Raw. And the only thing that ended up being epic to me were two things on the show. Two things on the show that involve three of your young talent that are actually the future of the company. Gunther is seriously some sort of miracle worker. Him and Solo Sokoa, a match that me and you fucking laughed at.
What?
A lot of people laughed at it as well. We fucking laughed when we heard the idea of Gunther versus Solo because it just sounds funny. Because Solo Sokoa, although I don't mind Solo as much as a lot of people do, he's not necessarily known for his match quality. To be fair, bro, I don't know what Gunther put into his Cheerios, but bro, those two had a really good match in my opinion. Like, blew me out of the water with how good it ended up being.
telling you, man, that match was really good. They were really physical. The chopping was insane in that match, dude. They put on a good ass match, man. They put on a good ass match. Now, Solo, he put on a better match than Gunther than his big brother. That's crazy.
You know, that's just horrible. That that
Him and The Miz have a better match with Gunther than Jey Uso.
fuck. Come on,
They'll
Jay.
never stop bringing that up.
God. And the last thing I thought was actually pretty epic on the show was Braun Breaker.
He's it, man. He's it. He's got it, dude.
Holy shit. That was dope. I thought that was really, really, really dope, what he did. Other than that, Paul, coming out of War Games, you should be ashamed. You should be coming into work with your fucking head down, not with that stupid fucking hunky-dory smile on your fucking face. You should be coming to work with your head down, no coffee, because you should have already had it in the morning, and you should have one before the show starts, not when you get to the venue, because clearly you fucking need it. No coffee, no cup, or whatever's in your fucking cup. Put your phone in your pocket, Paul, alright? I'm tired of you having your phone out. That's the first thing. So put your phone away, okay? Do me a fucking favor and get off your phone and get into your notebook, okay? Because for the love of God, you need it. And whoever's producing your matches, please just fire them, okay? Because whoever the fuck had Jey Uso yeeting in War Games and whoever produced for Brock Lesnar to not leave the left ring and just fuck around and do whatever the fuck he wants, like he's in a video game, they need to go, okay? So, put your phone away and lock the fuck in. You should have came to Glendale, Arizona with your head down and in the notebook, because you seriously need to lock the fuck in, because you look like a complacent dork, okay? You look like a complacent dork. You look like you got all your big money deals and now you don't give a fuck anymore. For the love of God, if I can explain to you guys where we were 3 years ago in December of 2022, the amount of upside that this company had is absolutely unfathomable. It is. And 3 years later, dude, 3 years ago we were just coming out of the OG Bloodline, the first Bloodline War Games match.
Just you just cared, man. You cared about the shit on TV, man. What do you care about right now on television besides John Cena? And we got 1 week left with him. So after that, what is there to care about?
Nothing. Nothing. There was absolutely nothing to care about. And 3 years later, this is what you got for us. You have Jey Uso yeeting in the War Games cage. You have Brock Lesnar in the War Games cage, doing nothing. You have Cody Cornball Rhodes running around as your WWE champion that you won't hop off of his dick. What else do you fucking got, Paul? What do you got?
You got Roman returning every time he's on television. You got, what else do you have, man? You don't got much.
No. You got the
You-
same Monday
oh.
Night Raw ending. You got fucking SmackDowns every week that feel the exact same as they did the last week. What do you got, Paul? What do you
You
got?
got Logan Paul actually joining the Vision for
Why
real,
is he
not
actually
literal-
still there? He came
Dude,
out and I'm like, wait, why is he still here?
Oh, dude, he is dead ass a part of that group now. You killed it. You should, at that point, just let it be the Bronze, dude. Let it be the Bronze, because Logan Paul is your extra member, and we'll get to it. I don't even think the mask guy is going to be on, their side of the Vision, you could say. So it's the Bronze and Logan Paul. is who you got. Good Lord.
The fuck? I don't know. I don't know. And then to tune into Twitter before Monday Night Raw and hear this guy say that Monday Night Raw tonight was going to be epic. And then we get that. That is your motherfucker. You produce WrestleMania 39. You produce so many NXT takeovers that are absolutely like the crown jewels of my wrestling fandom as a high schooler. You produce those shows. Those were epic. This last night was your idea of an epic show.
It was epic.
If that's the case,
Epic.
Paul, then please go on another vacation and recuperate. And when you come back, really think about who you have on your team, because this ain't this is no good, man. This is absolutely no good.
No, man, you gotta change that whole team, man. You had one dude in that fucking writing room during that Jey Uso episode of Unreal that only had a logical brain, talking about how Cena should run his last hits in his last year, and you didn't shut that shit down and made Jey Uso in the Rumble. Can all of them, all of them.
Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous, man. Yeah, I don't know. I truly don't know. We will get into it. We will get into a little bit about Friday Night SmackDown, because I absolutely need to talk about a couple things on there with you guys. We're going to start you guys off with Thanksgiving Eve AEW Dynamite. It was the It was the start of the Continental Classic. It was the start of the C2 this year. You guys know how this is going to be. Pretty much the whole next month of AEW Dynamite is going to be very match heavy, which I actually like, because sometimes Tony Khan is incapable of telling good stories. He just leaves it up to the talent to tell good stories in the matches, which, if they have good talent in the ring, then they can do that. A lot of talent he has, unfortunately, don't really display that very well. However, regardless, the C2 started, and yeah, so we're gonna go over that here in just a second. But how's everybody doing? Thank you guys for joining us live for another edition of NHP Unscripted. This is episode 276, as we're on here with another edition of your week of wrestling, man, here on NHP Unscripted. If this is your first time watching, guys, you don't know how the show works. Every Tuesday, we are live at 12 p.m. Central with NHP Unscripted. Every Friday at 3 p.m. Central, we are on here with the news. And for the pay-per-views for both WWE and AEW, we are live directly after the show goes off the air with the official post-show review. Speaking of that, if you guys did miss this past Saturday's edition of the War Games review, the Survivor Series War Games 2025 post-show review, as well as the day before that, last Friday's edition of the news, you guys can now watch both of those on all platforms. That is Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and if you want to see it first, join us right here live Fridays at 3 p.m. Central, and after the pay-per-views for both WWE and AEW, directly afterwards for the official post-show review, man. The next time we will be live for one of those, yikes, it is going to be the last time. The last time is indeed now, and oh, dude, those little video packages they were playing throughout the night, we'll get to one specifically that for sure had me reminiscing, but man, I could tell you, I don't know about you guys, but I know I ain't fucking ready, bro. I am not ready for John Cena has absolutely made this year in WWE. I can assure you that, and I am fucking scared for the day where he's not a member of the roster anymore.
I'm actually very excited in a way to see the Raw after that Saturday night's main event, to just see how empty that show is gonna feel.
Oh, bro. Oh God, I can't even think about that, dude. Um, so with that, if you guys have not got a chance to get your hands on some of the official NHP merchandise, you guys can now watch this, or you guys can now get this live on the merch shop. That is bonfire.com. Link is at the top of the description of this very video, man, where you can find this beautiful piece of Notorious Heels merchandise live on there as we speak, man. Again, link is at the top of the description. That is bonfire.com. With that being said, if this is your first time watching and you guys do not know who we are here at NHP, I am Johnny, one half of the host of this very show. And as for the other half, we got my man Sir K here. Sir K, go ahead and tell the people what it is you are smiling about today.
Well, definitely not about Raw. Definitely not about SmackDown. You know, Dynamite. I don't. It's not a frown, but it's not a smile either. Kind of just there, and yeah, man. If I'm smiling, usually at this point, it's not wrestling related, unless it's John Cena specifically, man. So not much, or Death Riders, John Cena or Death Riders.
Oh,
So
fuck. What is that statement?
what, what world are we living in? Well, my two favorite things in the business right now are Cena, which makes sense, and the fucking Death Riders, which makes no fucking sense, man. But I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Just been chilling, man. Just really waiting for next weekend, man. Waiting for the big sad of December 13th, man. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be sad, but I'm excited and dreadful for it all at the same time. Um, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Like Durante, always ask, how's life? How's the family? Life's good. Family's good. How is everybody doing in the live chat? How's everyone doing? Watching the replay. What about you, bro? How are you doing?
I am doing pretty good. I am doing pretty good, man. I'm just chilling, dude. I'm just chilling. Yeah, the getting some things ready for Christmas and getting all that together is exciting. So that's usually one of my, you know, a part of the year I definitely love setting up is Christmas and whatnot. Seeing starting to slowly but surely see all the gifts under the tree is exciting, man. So that's yeah, that's that. And um, yeah. Other than that, nothing. Other than that, man, nothing really too much. Just um, yeah, just you know, the normal everyday stuff. But other than that, nothing, nothing too much. Nothing too much, bro. So yeah, that is that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. Yeah, waiting for man, waiting for December 13th, bro. God damn it. But other than that, yeah, nothing too much, dude. Nothing too much. Just chilling. But other than that, how about you guys, man? As Durante always asks, I am good. Family's good. What about you, Durante, Logan, Bell? And we have the owner of GDR Finances LLC. Yeah, Mr. Walk him down and cut they shiz off. Mr. Walk him down and cook that shit up. Mr. Walk him down and run that marathon. Mr. Walk him down and run that event. We have Gotti Devon. We got my brother Gotti in the house. How are you doing, bro? Thank you for joining us, as always. Thank you guys for joining us, man, for another edition of Unscripted. You guys are you guys are funny, man.
You guys are real funny.
You guys are funny. I'm sitting here ranting about fucking Paul Triple H Levesque, and I just see out of the corner of my eye. I just see out of the corner of my eye, you guys.
Roman Wars.
Seeing you guys debate about WrestleMania 39. Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. No, WrestleMania 39 was goated, man. Personally, my
Let's
favorite
go.
WrestleMania.
I would say.
Times like that were, I tell you, times like that were, man, they were different. They were different.
They really were.
Okay, I didn't completely read the chats. I'm just going off Logan's latest one. He says he doesn't think Mania 39 and 40 are as good without Cody and Roman. I agree. I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree with
Yeah.
that. I think WrestleMania 39 had so much on it that, you know, was just so memorable. Like now, if you look at John Cena's farewell tour, you know, that's one thing, but like I remember at WrestleMania 39 when he faced Austin Theory, I just remember the way he was like looking out into the crowd. Like you could look back at that in hindsight, the way he was looking out into the crowd and like almost thanking them during the match. You could definitely tell he felt that the time was almost up. So there was that. That was great on the show. Gunther, Sheamus, and Drew, Rhea, Charlotte, Sammy, KO, Usos, you know, Roman, Cody. There was so much good. There was so much good to come from that WrestleMania, man. I definitely do miss times like that. Man, I miss times like that, bro. But yeah, crazy times, man. Yes, I tried not to bring it up, Gotti, but yes. Brock Lesnar and Omos did indeed take place on that show.
I totally forgot about that. I genuinely don't remember a single moment from that match or sequence.
I remember Brock suplexing Omos and F5ing Omos. Typical Brock
Okay,
stuff.
well that's guaranteed. That's all he does.
Yeah, that's you know, the huge. Lot of good from that Mania, man. I for sure miss times like that. I remember they even did these like tag team showcase matches that actually ended up being really good. So that's when Paul had his head screwed on straight, but I don't know. I would say the best Omos match was the one with Seth from Backlash Puerto Rico. I would say. All right, man. Oh, God.
Yeah, no, here it is. Oh, there it is.
AEW Dynamite. This is your Thanksgiving Eve episode of AEW Dynamite, and this episode of AEW Dynamite was rather it was rather dynamite. Hey, that
Yeah.
there was a bunch of I forgot about this. Okay, there was a couple funny things on there. Nah, this episode of AEW Dynamite, I mean, it wasn't atrocious. It wasn't, it was the start to the C2, so there was a couple, you know, there was a couple pretty good matches on there. However, there was a few promos that were pretty good, so, you know, it was an okay episode of AEW Dynamite. I'll give them that.
That's good. Exactly. It was it's the start of the C2 season, so it's gonna be more match heavy, but it's good that there was some promos.
Definitely. So we have to start us off here. We have the open to the C2 was Kyle Fletcher versus Kazuchika Okada. we have a roll-up victory by Kyle Fletcher. Yes, Kyle Fletcher beats Okada for the second year in a row. He beat Okada in the C2 last year to put 3 points on the board for himself. I believe, at least that's what commentary said. So yes, Kyle Fletcher defeats his Don Callis family member. Yeah. He defeats his he defeats his brother in war. Kazuchika Okada, who is the Continental Champion, which we talked about it a little bit on Friday, but Okada came out wearing the International Championship as he has given up, they said, the Continental Championship for the tournament. So these belts deadass never ended up being split. They just created a championship so Okada didn't walk around with 2 belts, I guess.
Exactly. Even though that kind of defeats the purpose of giving somebody 2 belts, because usually you give someone 2 belts for the visual of them having 2 belts. But I digress, man. I digress. It doesn't make sense to me. But I like that Fletcher got the win. I like that he's building this thing where he has a 1-up on Okada. I'm sure that'll come into play one day in AEW, man. So I like it.
Me too. So yeah, so that was the open to the Continental Classic as Okada put 0 points on the board to Kyle Fletcher's 3. Kenny Omega. You know, they advertised Kenny Omega for another Dynamite return next week, or I guess tomorrow. And I'm left asking how long before he becomes Kenny O'Crippled. Because why the fuck is he back? I mean, maybe he's going to be here for a promo, but dude, what the fuck are we doing? Honest to God, what are we doing? Keep this guy away, please.
Please let the man just rest, man. Let the man rest. Let his fucking limbs rest for a week at least. Please.
Man. So, Lexi walks to his locker room. This was, this was supposed to take place, I guess, after, Full Gear. And she walks to his locker room, and Kenny tells her, after all the bad things that he's done, his friends and the fans are still willing to accept him. So who am I to say the Bucks don't deserve another chance? He closes the door. Lexi stands there smiling, waiting for the shot to fade out as the Bucks then walk out of the locker room. And Lexi says hello to them, and they just say, "What's up?" Nicely. Not they didn't big league her, they didn't, call her any type of names like the, I guess EVP Young Bucks would. They just look like the normal Bucks that we're used to seeing, man. They just asked her what's up. And and then they walked off as even Lexi herself looked very shocked by the Bucks by being so nice to her. So with Kenny Omega returning next week, all I can hope for is that it is not a match and it is just to do some sort of promo with the Young Bucks because please keep this fucking guy out of the ring.
Please keep this guy out of the ring, even though if I'm a betting man, I feel like the Don Callis family is probably going to jump Kenny Omega, and then the Young Bucks are going to have to go to the save. So I'm sure that's what they're building up for tomorrow, but I like it. I love the character progression for the Young Bucks, man, and I'm excited to see them babyface again. I really am.
Definitely, man. I've been waiting for that for a minute. I've been waiting for that for a long minute, and thankfully we're finally getting it now. We have the Babes of Wrath versus the Sister of Sin. Excalibur, I love you, man.
Sister.
My God, this dude is fucking goated at this point. So, first of all, why the hell are the sister of sin getting knocked out of this tournament for the Babes of Wrath? Why are the Babes of Wrath in the finals to this tournament?
Like, okay.
Julia Hart and Sky Blue are actually one of the better tag teams that you have employed. They also would have been a great set of heels to go up against the Timeless Love Bombs, or then again, maybe the Timeless Love Bombs don't even make the finals. Maybe it ends up going to Megan Bayne and Marina Shafir. I don't know, but the Babes of Wrath defeat them with a Harley Cameron, my bad. I knew I would do that eventually. Harley Cameron hits a backstabber on Julia Hart into a Doctor Bomb by Willow Nightingale. You know the Doctor Bomb, right? You know, that's Willow's finisher.
I think. I'll have to see it, but I think I know it.
Yeah, well, you know, Excalibur thought otherwise. Because, again, we all know Willow Nightingale does the Doctor Bomb. That's her finishing move. Well, when she hit the Doctor Bomb on Julia Hart, Excalibur had other things to say. Because this man is talking so fast about bullshit. I can't even remember what he was talking. He was just going on about some random Excalibur shit like he normally fucking does. Willow hits the Doctor Bomb, and this dude stumbling over his words goes, and babe with bomb. Babe with bomb.
Bomb. Thank you, Excalibur.
He's tripping over his words like some nerd in high school who's fucking scared he's gonna be late for class, and he's running through the hallways, but his papers are fucking flying everywhere. And instead of saying Willow Nightingale with the Doctor Bomb, he goes, and Willow Nightingale, babe with bomb. Homie, babe with bomb.
Gotta love the Babe with bomb. Don't know who that is. Don't know who got the bomb. But Babe with bomb. Gotta love Excalibur, man. He is always trying to fucking speed run his way through his script to get done with the day, man. And it never works out for him, man. It never does.
Excalibur, you are seriously reaching GOAT levels. I can't even describe to you.
He is like 2018 Booker commentary levels.
Holy
so
shit.
bad he's good.
This dude is so bad, he's fucking incredible. Man, Babe with bomb.
Babe with a bomb.
So Willow hits the Babe with bomb to Julia Hart to advance her team to the finals of the tournament. So the Babes of Wrath will now go up against the Timeless Love Bombs, or Marina Shafir and Megan Bayne.
They got a tag name. I forgot what it was. It was some problem.
The Meg Riders?
No, it was... let me see if I can find their tag name. They got a tag name. So I feel like it is going to be Marina Shafir and Megan Bayne versus Babe Bomb, or whatever the fuck they are.
The Babes. The Babes of Wrath. Babe with bomb.
Exactly. Babe with a bomb. I think they're... Let me try to find this name real quick.
So yeah, while he does that, that was your semifinals to the women's tag title tournament for the right side of the bracket. Samoa Joe comes out here for his championship celebration. And I'll tell you guys, at first, oh, what is it?
Their name is Mega Problems. That is their tag name. The tag team
The
of
Mega
Mega
Problems.
Problem. The Mega Problem.
Okay.
He's gonna fuck
I
that
mean-
up so much. It's gonna be great.
So he's gonna call him like the Megan Problems or something. The Megan
Mega
Problems. Fucking Excalibur, dude. Well, he's not done for the night. He definitely had to earn his paycheck, man. So keep your ears peeled. So Samoa Joe comes out for his celebration. At first, he came out with no Hook. I was pissed because I'm sitting there like, why is he coming out here with just Shaboring and fucking Will Hobbs? I'm like, where? Hello, what? Tony, what are we doing? Before Joe goes to speak, Swerve and Swerve pulls up. He gets out of his Escalade with chains wrapped around his neck. And as he's walking into the arena, Adam Page walks up with him and joins him. It was a badass moment. These two look very badass together.
Most definitely.
Samoa Joe says he decided to continue his promo anyway, as if he didn't see two of his biggest ops, pun intended, walk up with a bunch of chains. He continues to just continue on like normal. He says he has a mind that rivals Sun Tzu. He then plays a video of all the stuff Hook has been doing a part of their plan, which, after they played the video, I actually respect that this was the plan all along, because you could clearly see, like, Hook, tapping out early, purposely tapping out early to Samoa Joe, so he can get opportunities, or so Joe can get opportunities, purposely, without, making it look obvious, helping the ops, just making it very evident that this was all part of the plan, which I actually love. Dating back to, when he originally came back. He then brings Hook out there. Hook daps up everybody. He then gives Samoa Joe a hug. And then completely shits the bed because he decides to get on the mic and start calling the fans rednecks and making fun of the audience. No real substance there. We then hear the theme music to Swerve Strickland as he's walking through the crowd, which this arena was an amphitheater, but it was open. So, like, you could see, like, the merch tables in the back, and then you could also see, like, an open bar area. The reason I'm mentioning this is because when Swerve is walking through the crowd, Hangman is walking through the crowd on the other side, but he specifically stops at the open bar area, grabs a shot glass and takes a shot, and then they start beating the shit again out of the Ops Dojo members as Swerve and Hangman hang them by chains. They throw them over the top rope and hang them by their chains as the Ops retreat and Swerve and Hangman are left standing tall. I thought this was great. Again, the Samoa Joe part, again, I don't really know why he would continue his promo instead of getting ready for these two guys that he just seen walking up with chains. Hook's promo, I personally didn't really care for. I love the little video package that they played here. I thought that was really good. Again, just it just makes the ops look pretty smart there. And then Swerve and Hangman just look very badass, man. So I like that a lot as well. I like the part where Hangman kind of just casually walked by the open bar area, took a shot, and then just continued on with his day. I thought he looked very badass, man. So this segment, overall, I would say, like I said, there was parts of it that I didn't like, but overall, I thought it was a thumbs up segment.
I think so too. Overall, I liked it. Didn't love Hook's promo itself. I really think that man needed the PC for
Yes.
for for the sake of him. But overall, I like overall the story they're telling with them, and I like that you can see, like you said, this was planned the whole time, and this was a setup the whole time for Hook to ally with them to get Joe the opportunity to then, backdoor Hangman and then help Joe get the title, man. So I really like what they did there with that, and I like the segment overall. Hangman and Swerve, badass, and I think 2026. I'm putting the prediction in now. Probably tag team of the year. This isn't an easy category to win, by the way, or this is an easy category to win, by the way.
Very.
I think tag team of the year already for 2026 is going to be Hangman and Swerve. I'm expecting a lot of greatness from those two pairing together in here in 2026, so I'm excited.
100%, man. 100%. Next up, we have Jon Moxley versus Mascarada Dorada in the Continental Classic. But Excalibur had different plans.
God.
Before the match gets started, this dude, again, stumbling over his words like a nerd, he goes, this dude goes, next, with Continental Classic action, Jon Moxley versus Mascarada Dorita. Excalibur, bro. Mascarada Dorita.
Rada Dorita. You can't make this stuff up, dude. This man is goated, dude. At any time you say the words Excalibur, I know some great shit is about to be said, man. And it hits every time, dude. It's like the cheapest fucking pop in the world, but it pops me every time. Mascarada Dorita.
This dude. What? Mascarada Dorita. What the fuck, man? This dude. Jon Moxley defeats Mascarada Dorita with a Darce sleeper choke, is what Excalibur called it. I don't know if that's a real move. I don't know if that's the
Probably not
correct
even the
word.
real- I don't even doubt that that's not even the real name for whatever it is.
But yeah, he's like, Jon Moxley, he's locked in the Darce sleeper choke. So
Or sleeper joke.
yes, Jon Moxley indeed did lock in the Darce sleeper choke. So Jon Moxley puts 3 points on the board, opposed to Mascarada Doritas 0.
Damn. I thought I had him to win, dude.
I know, right? I thought Mascarada Dorada was going to was going to go 12-0 in the Continental Classic, or 15-0, whatever it is. Marina Shafir then comes out to celebrate with Jon Moxley, and she's wearing a Death Riders basketball jersey. Thought that was pretty tough.
It's tough. I wish, they're always coming out in cool Death Riders merch, man. I wish they sold any of that fucking cool shit they come out to, because I would get it. Like, dude, sell a hoodie that's black. Sell a shirt that's black. Sell one of the bomber jackets they wear. Sell something for the Death Riders, please. I can't believe I'm saying that.
I can't
What the
believe it.
fuck?
I can't. I would genuinely.
Where are we living?
Their logo is so cool, and the group has actually been very enjoyable. I would dead ass probably consider buying a Death Rider shirt at the end of
I don't-
2025. If you would have told me that in the beginning of 2025, I would have laughed in your face.
Dude, I'm telling you, man. Especially like that hoodie that Garcia always wears with like the
That
spray painted
airbrush,
looking.
yeah.
Yes, bro. That come on, bro. Sell some shit like that, please.
Yeah, that
Something.
owl
Something.
logo is tough. I can't lie.
It's tough as hell.
But yeah, they don't sell anything that's black. All the Death Rider shit that they sell is white. So, hey, thanks.
Thank you, guys.
Tony Storm comes out while Moxley and Marina are still in the ring. Tony Storm interacting with John Moxley, I did not have on my bingo card for the year, but this was some of the funniest shit you will ever see, bro. John Moxley
Fine.
looks so dumbfounded interacting with Tony Storm. It was that man looked so confused. And like, oh man, this was hilarious,
He's-
bro.
He was dead ass, just looking like, dude, what the fuck am I looking at? He
Bro.
was so confused.
Tony Storm keeps calling him Johnny. Hilarious. This man, again, looks so confused. She says, "Oh, Johnny, your eyes don't deceive you." She says, "Despite your love for cargo pants, Johnny, you operate in hate and in fear, and I operate in love. But I have a message for your cave woman daughter." As Moxley's trying to hold Marina Shafir back, she says their semifinal match will be a hardcore holiday death match. As she leaves the ring, Moxley is dying for breath trying to hold Marina Shafir back because she's like jumping on him, trying to get past him, and this man had just going through a match is completely just out of breath and just cannot handle this right now, and Marina Shafir is putting him through it, man. Again, this segment was dead ass, probably the best part of the show. I was dying watching Tony Storm interact with John Moxley. He looked so fucking confused, it completely made the segment.
Dude, that shit was hilarious, dude. His confusion for everything she was saying was just gold, man. I love it. And I like what they're setting up. We know Marina Shafir ain't afraid to get bloody. We very well know Tony Storm ain't afraid to get bloody. So that sounds very exciting. That sounds like a real good match. They're brewing for them.
Well, maybe we should put him in a women's war games match, not a women's blood and
No.
guts match. A women's war games. You know,
Okay.
that's where things really get hardcore. You know,
This, good lord, man. Good lord, God, just no. But I like where it's going. I really think at this point, Bane and Megan, Bane and fucking Marina, I think they might have this. I think they might get those tag titles, and I think everybody's gonna be moving good, except for Moxley within this month, man. And I don't think it's gonna end well for Moxley. I think Moxley is not gonna have a good New Year. That's my prediction.
I could see that. I could very well see that. Darby Allin versus Kevin Knight in the Continental Classic. The story here was that Darby was not 100% coming out of his match at Full Gear, which actually led Kevin Knight to hitting a coast-to-coast into a UFO on Darby Allin for the upset in the tournament. I actually like this. I actually think that, obviously in a big round robin tournament like this, especially coming out of a pay-per-view, it does make sense to do a couple upsets, a couple wins that, you wouldn't normally expect. And this is definitely one of them, man. So I didn't mind this at all. These are the parts of the tournaments where the fans get upset and they say, why is this guy losing? Why is this guy losing? But yet these are the same people that ask for concepts like round robin tournaments, which again, people are going to have to lose. It's a round robin tournament. I don't know what you expect. But it's okay that Darby Allin lost. Again, I know some people were upset by this. Some people were upset that Darby Allin took a loss to a guy like Kevin Knight. Again, personally, we can't ask for tournaments if we're going to be afraid to have people lose. It happens in these tournaments with WWE as well. Everybody likes to bitch. Oh, this guy lost. Oh, how could they have this guy lose? How could they have this guy lose? But then, these are the people that ask for tournaments in the first place. So again, you're not always going to like it, but people are going to have to lose. It's kind of the fucking point of a tournament. This is also what people complain about when WWE puts a bunch of loser names in the tournament. Then they say, "Where's the stars?" Well,
Say the exact same thing.
if you want stars in the match, or if you want stars in the tournaments, people are going to have to lose their matches, man. That's kind of just the point of a star-studded tournament. People are going to have to lose.
Exactly. That's what happens. Either you have the few stars, just beat a bunch of nobodies, which nobody likes that, and you'll complain about that, or you're going to have stars facing stars, and at the end of the day, someone's going to have to get pinned, and it's a star beating a star, so it's okay. I don't get why people never have that mentality. I like the Kevin Knight win. I love these round robin tournaments, and I like the what they're doing so far.
For sure. Claudio Castagnoli versus Orange Cassidy in the Continental Classic, I think. Was this a C2 match? No, I don't think this was. Let me see. Is Orange Cassidy? Oh, yes, it was. It was.
I think it was.
I forgot.
Yeah.
I forgot Orange Cassidy was it. My bad. Yes, this was kind of. I was gonna say I thought it was, but then I forgot to write C2 in my notes, so I was like, wait, was this? But yes, it was. Claudio, once again, is aura farming on the top of a staircase, as he's always in a perfect position, it seems.
It really is.
He gets to the bottom of the stairs, and there stands Wheeler Yuta, Daniel Garcia, and Pac. No sign of Marina Shafir or Jon Moxley.
It really seems like the group is already, without saying it, is following Claudio, and they kind of have Marina Shafir just basically keeping an eye on Jon Moxley, man. So
Yes.
that man is so dead. He's gonna die.
Yeah, it's over. It's over for him.
Especially this week. Not looking good for him.
Orange Cassidy goes for an... Oh, I'm excited. Orange Cassidy goes for an... Man. He goes for an orange punch, and that gets countered into a pop-up European uppercut for the win. And next week, well, tomorrow, by today, they announce Death Rider versus Death Rider. Next week, tomorrow, it will be Moxley versus Claudio. I actually hated the ending to Dynamite because all the Death Riders come out to celebrate with Claudio. Even Moxley's out there. Moxley gives off a vibe like he's acting so stupid around the Death Riders. It gives me the vibe that like he knows. It like somewhere in his mind he fucking knows what he's doing is going to eventually have consequences, but maybe he doesn't want to believe it. That's the vibe I'm getting from Jon Moxley right now.
100%. I get that exact same vibe. He knows, his character knows what's going to happen, and he knows it's inevitable. But he, isn't going to believe it, and he's, brushing it off so much it's like the mentality of it's like, if it's not there, it doesn't exist.
Yep.
He's not looking at it, so it doesn't exist, but he knows it exists. And the way he just brushes everything off, I actually really love.
Mm-hmm.
And I wish we could have seen a little bit of that, at the end of the show, like you said. I wish that, those two would have reacted to the graphic, and I would have loved if Mox just brushed it off like it was nothing, man. Because I love that, because he knows, and it's gonna be great.
100%, bro. All the Death Riders are out there, and I'm thinking the same thing you are. I'm thinking, they're going to get an interviewer, they're going to get Tony Schiavone in there, to basically bring it up to both of them, like, hey, next week, it's Death Rider versus Death Rider, or like you said, play the graphic on the screen, and they were going to, react to it, there was going to be a face-off, or, something. And then they just start attacking Orange Cassidy. And then Roderick Strong, Jet Speed, Kyle Fletcher, Konosuke Takeshita, and Masquerada Dorada come out to brawl with the Death Riders. And this
And
was the end of the show.
literally, they just did a Death Riders in C2 Contenders brawl. Good lord.
What in the missed opportunity was that? You had the perfect opportunity to have Moxley face off with Claudio, or have do the thing you did with that little post Full Gear promo where Moxley's looking at Claudio, they're facing off, and all the other Death Riders are behind them, like side-eyeing John Moxley. You could have done a cool moment like that, but instead, you do nothing. You literally just do a Death Rider brawl. Huge missed opportunity here for me. Even though I am excited for Death Rider versus Death Rider, I'm very excited to see what happens with Moxley and Claudio. What was this? This was such a missed opportunity for me, man. It was such a missed opportunity.
It was. They missed a lot of opportunity to tell, just a very, very tense moment that they just didn't sell in that moment when they easily could have, man. I'm still excited for the match, but they really could have built it up even better by showing visual tension in that moment right there.
So that was everything from AEW Dynamite. Ribshot, what is going on, man? He says, who becomes the new leader? The way it's looking, Claudio, but I also would not mind Marina Shafir.
I think it's going to be a mix of the two. I think, it's going to be the more reluctant Marina Shafir joining in what Claudio does, and I think they're both going to kind of be co-leaders, man. I mean, the fans been calling, Claudio's music the dictator music, and I think he is about to be a dictator, bro. And I think it's going to be a mix of him and Shafir. They're kind of going to co-own this group from now on.
I would love for, I know she's like a trainer in WWE. I would love for Marina Shafir to bring in Shayna Baszler. I think she'd be a pretty dope addition to the Death Riders.
I think she really would be. Megan, actually, I'm cool with Megan Bain tag team for her, man. But
Yeah, me too.
Shayna, that would be next level, dude.
Yeah, it would. It really would. So, that is everything from AEW Dynamite. Like I said, pretty okay episode of AEW Dynamite. I just did not really like the ending. Thought they missed the mark huge on a segment they could have done very well. Pac would also be a sleeper name, but the way I would not mind Pac either, but the way it's looking, I feel if it's going to be any of the guys, it will be Claudio, but I would not mind Pac.
I think the way it's gonna go when Mox is out of the group and they're this new version of the Death Riders, I think Claudio is gonna be like the tactical leader, but like I think dictator is actually the perfect name for him because I don't think he's going to be the one doing a lot of the talking. I feel like he's going to have Garcia and Pac and them guys kind of do the talking while he does like the tactical leadership of the group.
Mm-hmm. I could very well see it. So yeah, that is everything for AEW Dynamite, man. As before we move on to the WWE side of things, we do have an official word from our sponsor here at NHP. We got a word from Dubby Energy, man. Dubby is an energy drink loaded with vitamins and nootropics formulated to improve focus without getting the old jitters. Dubby is a clean formula, sugar-free, zero-calorie, free from fillers and artificial colorings, with 150 milligrams of caffeine per serving. You can get your Dubby products today with the link below and code NHP at checkout to save yourselves 10% on your next Dubby purchase.
Always got to shout out Dubby. Whether workout, whatever you may need the energy for, whether it's the 13th coming up, maybe that sadness is gonna make you so tired on the 13th. You're gonna need Dubby to stay awake, man. Whether it's Christmas gift you could be getting for someone, or whether no matter what you need it for, man, Dubby got you. You You won't have the jitters. It'll keep you energized. It'll taste good all at the same time. Truly always. Gotta shout out Dubby.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. As always, thank you to the official sponsor of what we do here at Notorious Heels, W Energy. Oh, this fucking show. SmackDown.
I think an even more dreadful logo at this point.
First and foremost, Chelsea Green is doing a U.S. celebration, a U.S. championship celebration. Bro, Jade Cargill goes out there and slimes out Chelsea Green, the Women's United States Champion. Mind you, these two are both heels. She goes out there, pump kicks Alba, and hits a jaded on Chelsea Green, and then just fucking walks off. Paul, can I ask, please, since, you know all sides of the business, right?
Mm.
Who did that make look good? Because I could tell you who it didn't make look good. Your Women's United States Champion. So now, can I ask, what was the point of doing that other than to make your Women's U.S. Champion look like such a dork?
Makes no sense, man. The women's U.S. title is already so deep in the trenches, dog, and you done did this to make it look even worse. And it's not like it made Jade look good, because it didn't even make Jade look good. It was just a stupid thing you did on the show for no reason.
How ridiculous. How ridiculous was that? Again, who did that help? Who did that help, Paul? What good comes out of laying out your Women's U.S. Champion to your Women's Champion on the show? Can you please? I've been waiting for an explanation since Friday. Can you please explain to me who that makes look good? Because it makes nobody look good. And it certainly doesn't make Chelsea Green look good. She already, into her second reign, looks like an absolute goober as Women's U.S. Champion. Why were these belts created?
They serve no purpose, dude. And then, this doesn't relate to WWE. I saw some fucking mark-ass fan posting, fan-made versions of women's national and fucking or content. It was the national title and another fucking mid-card title in AEW. What is these people's obsession with a million titles which mean fucking nothing? They're lucky the women's IC title worked out for who it did, because you had Becky, Bailey, and Lyra in that mix. You were lucky that title had them.
Yep.
Look at the U.S. women's title. It means nothing. Look at your women's tag titles. They almost never mean anything. Less means more. You shouldn't have made these things in the fucking first place. I'm sorry.
No, you shouldn't have. So way to make Chelsea Green look like an absolute idiot, Paul. Nice fucking going. You fucking moron. Jey Uso defeats Rusev in the Last Time Is Now tournament to move himself to the semifinals. Gotta love Rusev. Getting out wrestled by Jey Uso. Said no one ever.
By Jey Uso. The day that can happen, my God, we're doomed.
And then LA Knight faces his mystery opponent in the tournament. His mystery opponent ended up being The Miz.
Oh, you can't make this shit up, dude. You can't make this fucking shit. Instead of taking this opportunity to put someone who isn't in the tournament already, like The Miz was, into the tournament, to just have them just at least in there, even though Knight was gonna win. You don't put The Miz just back in the tournament. Probably just to set up a return feud for somebody against The Miz. And I think I know who. If I want to take a guess,
Bro, this to me truly shows how creatively bankrupt Triple H really is. Out of everybody you could have got for this event, in Sheamus going down and there needing to be an extra man. Out of everybody you could get, first of all, why are you who even came up with the idea of putting somebody who already lost a tournament match back in the tournament?
horrible. Look,
You already lost.
you're a loser.
He puts The Miz. How creatively bankrupt is that? You had, you could have put somebody like Joe Hendry in there. You could have put Aleister Black in there. You could have put one of these guys on Monday Night Raw you haven't used in 12 years. You could have put one of them in there. You could have put somebody from NXT in there. You could have, you literally could have done so much. Yet Triple H's grand plan is to put the fucking Miz back in the tournament. Which, I know they did a whole little segment of the Miz basically putting himself back in the tournament, but
We know who really put him in the tournament. We know.
yes.
We know they just said, "Oh, just put the Miz." How do we explain it? Just have the Miz switch the names out and put his name in there. And I'm sure if I'm a betting man, I'm gonna say it was Jacob Fatu's name he switched out, and Fatu is gonna return to kill the Miz.
Probably. This type of shit just, man, it really makes me question Triple H, bro. It really, how creatively bankrupt are you? And even Logan says, if you were gonna put somebody back in the tournament, it should have been whoever Sheamus beat, because at least they were on that side of the bracket.
Exactly.
Or at least they were in that little, section of the bracket to match up with LA Knight. Absolutely ridiculous, man. Absolutely creatively bankrupt. What up, Lonnie? How are you doing, bro? Thank you for
How you
joining
doing,
us.
man?
So yeah, that was Triple H's idea of a replacement for LA Knight
Good lord.
in the last time is now tournament. But LA Knight defeated The Miz. So the fucking Miz lost twice in the tournament. Twice. Paul, I'm glad I'm so glad you take the last time is now tournament as a fucking joke. I'm so glad you do. Thank you for that, Paul. Thanks. In the main event, we got a 5-on-5 Survivor Series traditional elimination match. I think this was a foreshadowing. The fact that you introduce something like this, I think maybe next year, we should look into maybe
For the
doing
pay-per-view.
something like this for the Survivor Series pay-per-view. I know you're not, but I can say this. If you even think about doing War Games next year, when I tell you, you better come so prepared, you better be on your fucking P's and Q's, Paul, because if you put on anything remotely close to what you did this year when it comes to those War Games matches, and for the love of God, if you don't put together a better undercard and if you don't give us a 5-match undercard, we're going to have a problem. You better come so prepared. I'm not even joking. You better be teasing this shit. You better be
Tomorrow.
teasing. You better start teasing this shit now for what we're going to. Man, I'm telling you. Because if we get anything like we did this year, then it's going to be a problem. Again. So, the 5-on-5 ends with the MFTs defeating Sami Zayn, Rey Fenix, Nakamura, and the Motor City Machine Guns.
What a team.
Wow, what a, yeah, really.
Cool.
What an assembly of baby faces. Wow. Solo Sikoa wins as the sole survivor. At the end of the match, the lights go out, and the Wyatt Six are standing on the apron. It's Gacy, Rowan, Loomis, and Nikki. And as Solo's staring them down, Unk Howdy comes in from behind, and Sister Abigail Solo Sikoa, as Unk is back.
Yay.
I'm happy to see him back. I know he was going through a lot personally, so I hope everything's okay with him. Hopefully now we can pick back up where we left off with the MFTs and Wyatt Six feud. I thought it was going pretty good before they left, at least from what I can remember. So hopefully they pick it back up and do something with Uncle Howdy.
I really hope so, man. I hope so. I'm glad he's back. I'm glad he can be back. I hope he's doing good, but hopefully something actually comes out of this whole feud.
Logan says he wishes we could go away with War Games for a bit and get traditional Survivor Series matches. Me too. We are living in an age where Paul is a bit of a hypocrite. He complained so much about, gimmick pay-per-views. Extreme Rules, and, he did away with them, right? He did away Hell in a Cell. He wanted to restore the structure. So, can I ask, what is the difference between Hell in a Cell and War Games? Because, hypothetically speaking, those two matches, to me, should be treated with the same love and respect. Triple H had a goal to restore the structure when it comes to Hell in a Cell. Why doesn't War Games get that same love? Because we seen the last Hell in a Cell match, it was Punk and McIntyre. And it was great. It was one of the best Hell in a Cell matches, in a fucking long time. There was blood. It felt like these two guys were in hell with each other. Hell is used in the name of the match. War is used in the name of the other match. So why is War Games treated as such child's play compared to Hell in a Cell? To me, if you put people in War Games, I know WWE's not going to do it, but my idea of War Games is what AEW does with Blood and Guts. There is blood. It feels like a fucking war. And even if you don't include blood, look at the first couple years of the NXT War Games matches. Or even, to me, look at last year's 2024 Bloodline versus OG Bloodline War Games. It just felt like war. It felt like two teams genuinely hated each other and they were coming for each other's necks. The Undisputed Era, the first couple years that they participated in the War Games match, 2017 and 18 and 19, it felt like they were genuinely at war with the teams that they were against. Why don't we get that? Why didn't we get that this year? Especially that women's one and the men's one as well. I can't leave them out. That was fucking embarrassing to the structure. It was embarrassing to the. I can't get over how much you spat in the face of a concept that it was your idea to bring back, Paul. It was your fucking idea to bring the concept back.
And he don't know what to do with it. Like you said, it should be treated the same way Hell in Cell is treated. They're basically the same thing. One's just more a one-on-one or a bunch of singles guys version, while War Games is more of a group-oriented version.
Right.
And then that's how it should be treated. And it's not treated like that. And you could tell because nothing happened in any of the matches this year, and War Games was not needed this year. But you did the match anyway, and did not make the match look good.
I mean, man, again, a lot of the time, especially in the women's one, it just felt like they were running. It felt like they were running around chasing each other. Again, me and my sister fighting as children probably looked more like a fucking War Games match than that women's War Games looked like. Did you see those shots of Becky Lynch and her face getting booted up against the cage? The way she's just screaming in agony, so fake. I mean, what is that? I don't know, man. And again, Triple H, dude, this was your idea to bring back War Games for as a concept for this company. 8 years ago and 8 years later, to think that you would do something like that is mind-boggling to me. Mind-boggling. Absolutely ridiculous work by Triple H there, and I don't know. I truly don't know I don't know what's going through his head at this point, but again, if that's your idea of what you want War Games to be in 2025, just don't do it. Just please do us all a favor and don't do it. So, that's my take on it again. With these structures, this goes for Elimination Chamber, this goes for War Games, this goes for Hell in a Cell. If you do not want to treat these structures with respect, then just don't do them.
It's literally that simple.
Monday Night Raw.
Epic show.
I got it right at the top of my notes here. Not Monday Night Raw. We have the Epic Raw. Yeah, this sure was fucking epic to you, wasn't it, Paul? Wasn't it? Holy hell. The show opens up with Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. Personally, thought the show should have opened up with the Vision, but okay.
Literally the one time it really would have made sense for the show to open up with the Vision. You don't open up with the Vision, but I bet next week they're going to open up with the Vision.
Can almost guarantee it. Rio welcomes everybody to Monday Night Rio. She says they won the war, but they are still out for revenge. She says it starts by taking the tag team championships off of the Kabuki Warriors. Charlotte and Alexa come out. Charlotte says they never got their rematch, or Alexa says they never got their rematch. And they are all for Rhea and Io getting their revenge on the Kabuki Warriors just after we get our titles back. Rhea says she's told Charlotte she does respect the both of them, but respectfully, you guys couldn't beat them, so get to the back of the line. Charlotte says she doesn't stand aside for anyone. Oh, trust me, we know.
Oh, we know,
We
trust
went through a
us.
lot of years of seeing you not stand aside for anybody. Actually, the one time in your career you do stand aside to be a tag team with somebody, this is the best work of your career. But I digress. So, she says, if you think you're better than us, prove it tonight. Io says, you're on. This match would then later get made official for the main event of the show. Pretty, it was a fine opening. It wasn't really anything that was gonna, get you pumped for the show, to be honest. But again, yeah, it wasn't really anything that would get you too pumped for the show. However, it was fine. It wasn't horrible. It just wasn't. Again, it wasn't anything that's really gonna make you say, "Oh fuck," this is gonna be a good one. Personally,
Exactly. Like, I like the opener overall. Like you said, it was fine. This would have been like a perfect, just normal, random week of Raw opener and closer. But like, respectfully, right after War Games, the first thing I'm not thinking about is the women's tag titles. Respectfully, man. I know
yes,
they were involved in War Games, but the whole Vision, Punk, masked guy is what everyone's thinking about. The one time, like I said, you could have easily started the show with the Vision and it actually made sense was this week, and you didn't do it this week. So, opening was fine, and the closing match they set up was fine, but this would have been the one week where you could have had that been the Vision instead.
the 1 week, bro. Think about all the weeks we had to
We're
go
questioning
through.
that.
We had to go through. Why the fuck is the Vision opening the show again, and then they actually do it, and it somewhat makes sense, or they don't do it, and it actually would have made sense this week. This 1 week.
That man just can't make sense to save his life. Good old Paul.
Next, Bailey and Lyra are backstage. Sort of ties into the main event they just set up. They are asking Adam Pearce for a title match. He tells them after tonight's main event, the vision will be a lot clearer on the women's tag team division, so I'll keep you guys in consideration. Can I ask, how did Bailey and Lyra go from being literally one of the best parts about the show, along with Jey Uso's little character riff that he had going on for a while, and now these two are starving for television time all of a sudden? How does that happen?
The two best programs you had on Raw basically got killed simultaneously.
Yes.
Literally got killed. And the worst part is these two, even like without like the weird like dynamic they had against each other together in this segment, they're fucking hilarious. Lyra kind of tweaking out with Bailey is great, and I wish we got more of it. But they're
Yes.
delegated to just talking to Adam Pearce backstage every week. Dog, what are you doing, Paul?
I'm really starting to get annoyed with Paul, man. I really am. How do you cut Bailey and Lyra, the fucking best part about the show?
Like, bro, you at this point, bro, respectfully I know, they're gonna have AJ win it, and that's cool. They should have kept the IC title on Bailey and Lyra and keep it in the circle of those two. They really should have. I'm sorry.
Yeah. What they could have done is they could have had you know, Bailey and Lyra, they could have almost kind of did a better than you, baby thing with them,
Yeah.
where Lyra holds on to the belt, Bailey tweaks out, but then comes back and wants to become Lyra's friend, but then she actually ends up like genuinely being Lyra's friend to the point where, you know, Bailey or Lyra maybe gives Bailey a title shot because that's her friend, similar to what MJF did with Adam Cole. But then maybe, you know, Bailey beats Lyra, and then, you know, everything's cool for a little bit. You know, these two become tag team champions together while one of them is still the women's IC champion, and then, you know, have one of them turn on each other and spark the feud back up for the IC championship. They could have done something like that. I think that would have been fucking great because, dude, Becky ended up doing nothing with the women's IC championship. It was just a prop around her shoulder. And now it's on Maxine Dupree, who fucking WWE seems to think she's the second coming of fucking Kurt Angle all of a sudden. They think she's the next Bret Hart out here training in the dungeon. What the fuck are we doing?
Fucking, they're treating Maxine like she's fucking Will Ospreay and
Yes.
Mike Bailey out here, fucking training on Demon Time. Bro, it's Maxine. She put on a decent match. She learned to not suck in the ring, and you're acting like she's fucking Kurt Angle.
Like she's peak
What is
Angle,
going
bro.
on? Like, bro, she literally just learned to not suck. That's all that happened. So what is this obsession with her? Why is she IC champ at the end of the day? And what the fuck is this, dude? Like, dude, the better than you Bebe stuff, but with, you know, Lyra and Bailey, like you said, would be so perfect for them. It would be so perfect for them. And you could have any, and I would take either or turning heel. I'd be down for either. You could roll a dice, flip a coin. I'm down for either.
They could have dead ass just did the better than you baby method, and it would have worked perfectly. It would have worked perfectly. But again, this is what we're doing. This is what we're doing with the IC title when it could have been on these two women. But instead, Maxine Dupree is peak Angle. She's mouthpiece Kurt Angle out here all of a sudden.
Mouthpiece Angle. Fucking dude, literally just learned to not suck in the ring, and they're acting like she's fucking Mike Bailey out here, dude.
Yo,
Like, like dude,
what is this, bro?
why are they hyping her up this much? She's just not bad anymore. That's what she learned to not suck. What?
The Kabuki Warriors come up and they blame Bailey for losing their War Games match because she didn't join the team. They call Bailey an idiot. Bailey then calls them idiots. And Asuka says, I'm a champion. You're not. She says Charlotte Flair is in the main event tonight, and you're not. So what really are you? Bailey looks pissed. Lyra's behind her, also kind of like, what the fuck? Like, very... she just looks very like, she just has this, who are you talking to look on her face. No, I actually really like, again, I really like Bailey and Lyra in this segment. Like you pointed out, I like how Lyra kind of matched, you know, Bailey's craziness, or maybe Bailey's kind of rubbing off on her a little bit. Lyra
went
is
off on Pierce.
yeah,
That shit was
she's
hilarious.
yeah, when she's yelling at Adam Pierce, she's like what do you mean we're gonna be in consideration? She's like, what kind of answer is that? You know, so she was getting on his ass a little bit. So I liked it. I liked it a lot, man. I thought it was great. And again, I think Bailey and Lyra are great. And now it seems like they're, again, we'll go over it once we get to the main event of the show, the last thing on the show. But like, it looks like they've dropped even further down the totem pole now, to more bullshit. So I don't know what that was about, man, but just ridiculous. And we will kind of, stay in the loop of the whole women's division here as we, get further on in the night. But that ridiculous. So, speaking of staying in the women's division, we have Dominic Mysterio. Yes, I know. Just bear with me. This makes sense. This does pertain to the women's division. Dominic comes out with the Judgment Day. Everybody but Liv Morgan, pretty much. Dom comes out there and pretty much talks about a whole lot of nothing. He says, if John Cena is the GOAT, that means I just beat the greatest of all time. He says, so this means he's the greatest Mysterio of all time. He's the greatest luchador of all time. And he's the greatest IC champion of all time. He thanks the Judgment Day. He says he couldn't have done it without him, but who I really couldn't have done this without. Please welcome back Liv Morgan. Liv comes out. She says she's back. She says no one's seen her coming, and neither did John Cena. Dominic says his two favorite things are back, his IC championship and Liv. Liv says she is happy to be back with the Judgment Day, but all I've been hearing since I was gone is the Judgment Day is weak. The Judgment Day is without gold and falling apart. No, Liv, the Judgment Day was all three of those things when you were still in the group. It's just gotten worse. Okay. She says, but everything. Yeah, seriously, this group's literally been falling apart since fucking Damien and Rio were still in the group.
I was saying, since Edge was still in the company, they've been falling apart. Dog.
She says everything changes now that she's back. She says we're coming for everything that's ours. She then says one more thing, Dominic. She slaps Dom and then jumps on him for cuddle time. I don't know. I guess in her timeout she found new kinks. She likes to slap Dominic across the fucking face now. So
Dominic be smiling his ass off, bro. So yeah, man, that's that was the Judgment Day. They just did Judgment Day stuff.
I guess Dom likes a little hitting in his life, I guess.
I guess so, man.
So
He's vanilla, baby, I guess.
Hey, that's what they say about you, but I digress. So we have so after this, we have Stephanie Vauquer. She is she's in the back talking about her title win against against Bella Gone Bad. And what'd you say?
Bella Gone Bad, man. She went bad.
I know. It was so nice Sir K had to say it twice, man. I think he's got something sitting under the Christmas tree this year, man. Speaking of Bella Gone Bad. I think he's gonna have something sitting against the Christmas tree, man. You know, around late December, man, you might see Sir K rocking that Bella Gone Bad shirt, man. What do you say?
Might have to stay under that tree.
What? Come on, dude.
I'm good. You know what? You are, the biggest Damien Priest fan I know.
No.
So it might be weapon time under that tree.
It won't be weapon time for me. It will be burning time. That will be burned.
Burning.
So, Stephanie Vauquer is talking about her title win. She says that she hopes Nikki learned, if you cross me, you get burned. Liv Morgan walks up to Stephanie. She says, hello? She tells Stephanie she just wanted to tell her she's back. And congratulations. She kind of giggles as she's looking at the Women's World Championship. It looks like this is what's next for Stephanie Vauquer. And, yeah, I gotta say, first of all, I'm glad that Liv is back. And second of all, I'm glad that they are, treating her coming back as a big deal. I can say that.
She was all over the show, which was good.
For sure. And I'm glad that they're actually putting real competition in front of Stephanie Vauquer. So I'm also very glad for that. because that is what Stephanie does deserve.
She had a legend. She faced a legend in Nikki Bella, man. What are you talking about here?
Legend. Right.
Legend, bro. Legend in the game.
Right. Nikki Bella, the legend. Forgot. Sorry. Rey Mysterio. What was
Oh
this?
boy. Ray.
Okay, first of all, he has a match next week with Finn Balor on Raw.
I think
What are you gonna say?
I think he said last week, or actually, I think no, it was this week. Actually, it wasn't this. I guess he's gonna face each one of the members of the Judgment Day, one
Yes.
after another. So that's just fucking amazing.
So they play this graphic of Ray and Finn earlier in the night, and I'm like, that's fucking random. So then we get to this interview with Ray, and he talks about taking apart the Judgment Day one by one. I'm sorry, Ray. I didn't know that you were John Cena taking apart the Nexus here. Is he gonna slime all the Judgment Day out? Why is he doing this? Please, can somebody tell
half the
me?
group is women. What are you gonna do against Roxanne, Raquel, and Liv?
I was gonna say he really only has 2 matches he could do, because I mean, unless they run back the Dom match, I don't really see the point in them running that back right now. But what are you gonna do? Are you gonna face? You really only have 2 guys. You really only have a match with Finn and a match with JD. I mean, what?
And it's over. You're done. You face the whole group you could face.
Him and Logan Paul walks up. Now, this is post the Vision segment, which we haven't talked about yet, but this happened after that. He walks up to Rey Mysterio. Him and Rey get into it. Logan, says, Logan is, the biggest asshole or whatever he called him. He's an even bigger scumbag than my son Dominic. And it ends with Ray slapping Logan after Logan calls Ray a deadbeat dad. And these two are in a pull apart with Logan screaming at Ray that he's going to pay for this. Where the hell does that come from? Paul.
They're setting up.
Paul, please fill me in here. Where the fuck did this beef come from?
You ready, man? Good. Logan Paul versus Rey Mysterio. Why? Who is this for?
Who is this for?
I can't tell you, man. I really can't tell you who this is for.
The fuck? What? I'm watching this go down and I'm like, is Paul really setting up? First of all, is he really setting up Ray versus Judgment Day again? And then you're setting up Logan and Ray again for whatever reason. I mean, Paul, what the fuck are you doing?
He's just throwing shit at the fucking wall.
This is your idea of epic? Logan Paul and Rey Mysterio. My man's has lost the plot. AJ Styles and Dragon Lee. They are fighting the New Day. Holy fuck. Can this show get any fucking worse? Well, one thing that was good on the show, AJ Styles and Dragon Lee put together a finishing move that I think is so dope. So, I feel like this is AJ Styles. I guess Dragon Lee used to work in AEW as well, so he might be pretty tight with the Bucks as well. I feel like this is a little nod to the Young Bucks because the move starts off as more bang for your buck. So, you guys know it's the move where the guy's, hung up on the top rope. Typically Nick Jackson will come off the top with a stomp to the back, and then the guy on the rope will flip forward into a power bomb.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Kofi was hung up on the top rope. Dragon Lee does the double stomp to the back, and as Kofi flips up, which what, at least in the Bucks arsenal, would be for a power bomb, AJ catches him perfectly in position for the Styles Clash. That is such a dope finishing sequence for Dragon Lee and AJ Styles. Amazing.
Truly amazing finisher sequence from these guys. Really dope fucking sequence.
Dragon Lee then dives out onto the outside onto Xavier Woods and Grayson Waller for AJ and Dragon Lee to pick up the victory here tonight. Thought the match was okay. Again, the ending sequence kind of made the match. Again, wasn't really anything I cared about too much, but yeah, there you go.
It was overall, I liked it. I liked at least what AJ and Lee did.
Yes. We then get Adam Pearce talking to referee Eddie Orango. He's telling him to keep a lookout for who could be under the mask. I need you to talk to the locker room. I just know he walked around that locker room looking like the biggest snake on the planet. Nobody trusted, bro.
You got this Fed walking around
Dude.
asking people if they seen this man. Dude, why would you send an official out to do that job? You moron. He looks like the biggest Fed. Yeah, the Vision is gonna go tell Eddie Orango who the masked guy is. You fucking moron. What is that?
Good Lord. So, later in the night, he's talking to Eddie Orango again. And Eddie Orango says, everyone I've talked to says they know nothing. Really?
Oh, shit.
And then AJ Styles and Dragon Lee come up, and AJ says, rumor has it, Seth Rollins was seen at Survivor Series walking around without a sling. Adam Pearce says, I did hear that rumor, but medical says otherwise. Medical says he's still not cleared to compete. Couldn't have been Seth. He then says, I know you're not here to talk about Seth, though. AJ says, no, I'm not. He says they want to defend their tag titles next week against a deserving team. They want the War Raiders next week. Because they never got their rematch. Neither has Charlotte and Alexa. So I think both GMs need to get on their shit with giving people their fucking rematch. Is what it sounds like to me. Next week we get AJ Styles and Dragon Lee versus the War Raiders.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, Paul. Thanks. I'm really excited.
Thanks, Paul.
Thanks for fucking up the War Raiders, truly.
And Paul, what are you doing with this mask guy thing? Just stop, dude. Just stop with the whole can it be? It's not Seth. Can you just can that part on TV, bro? Just stop. I'm sick of this whole planning. It could be Seth because he's fucking a mastermind, but it can't be because he's injured. Just please stop, Paul. Please.
It's like
I don't care.
they're ignoring the part where the Vision beat the shit out of him. Why the hell would he come? Which, again, if Rollins just went out with injury, I could see what exactly, you doing a thing where it's like, oh, is he horsing around with us again? Bro, you honestly think he would come back and help the Vision after they done beat the bricks off this man and put him on the shelf?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
That makes two of us.
And it gets even worse later with the mask guy stuff.
Adam Pearce is in the back, and he's talking with Ivy Nile about getting an IC title match. She's pleading her case, saying that Maxine has never beat her. He then tells her he has to finalize details, but she's got her match. And before we get to the second part of this Adam Pearce backstage, which, correlates with the whole Vision stuff, we then get these Natty Neidhart, Maxine Dupree training videos in the dungeon where, they were beautifully shot. Production-wise, they look great. But again, I ask, why the fuck is Maxine Dupree, out of everybody on this women's division, why is Maxine Dupree being treated like she is TNA Kurt Angle?
Like you said, in terms of cinematography, it was really dope here. But she's not Bobby Lashley. Why? What is this hype for?
Beats me, bro. It really fucking beats me. So, we then have Adam Pearce turn around, and Paul Heyman is standing there with Braun Breaker. Heyman says, I know what you're going to ask, and I don't know who was under the mask. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about Braun Breaker pinning your World Heavyweight Champion at War Games. So, with that being said, we do have a lot to talk about. Then the three of them walk into Pearce's office. Thoughts?
It was fine. Kind of set up just what happened and was revealed later. So it was good.
Yeah. Heyman has nothing. Heyman doesn't know who this masked assailant is.
And I don't care.
Commentary also mentions that CM Punk is not here tonight because coming out of War Games, he is not cleared. Which I was a bit concerned for at first because of Punk's injury history, but we did ultimately end up just finding out that CM Punk and AJ Lee's dog, Larry the Legend, we all know Larry.
We all know Larry.
Has unfortunately passed away. Punk put out a post on Instagram early this morning. From one Chicago native to another. From one animal owner to another. My heart truly goes out to him and AJ. I believe he said that's been their pet since 2015. You guys know, any of you who've been here for a long time know, I keep my cat right here. My buddy is right here with me, and he's been here with me for the past 4 years that we've done the podcast in that form. He was here for about we weren't even a year in yet when I did lose him. So it's truly heartbreaking, and obviously, again, for anybody who does own a pet or, has somebody that has a pet that they are close to themselves, you guys know they're not just animals, man. They're like your kids. They're like your family members. They are, they are your little family, man. So it is, my heart really goes out to them, man, and I can only imagine how heartbreaking that is, and I really do pray for them and their state of mind right now, man, because I know that sort of thing's tough. So rest in peace to Larry. We actually got to see Larry live a couple times in AEW. Punk would come out before the show, and Larry would literally just run around the ringside area. So, Larry was also one of the legends that was involved in the infamous Brawl Out. Um, he was he was involved in that story, man. So he's been involved in a couple legendary things himself in the wrestling space, a couple infamous days in the wrestling world. So rest in peace to Larry, and that is again, man, that is just an absolutely heartbreaking situation to be in, and my heart really does go out to Punk and AJ, and I really hope they are doing well. So yeah, rest in peace to Larry, and my heart really goes out to Punk and AJ and their family, man.
My heart really does, man. Losing pets truly are family, and losing a pet is losing family, man. So I can only imagine, man. I could only imagine. So truly, heart and prayers go out to them. I hope they're doing okay, man.
100%. Got to admit, I was scared at first when I heard Punk wasn't cleared. I was like, no.
I was terrified.
Please, no. Thankfully, he's not, but unfortunately, he's in a whole nother situation. So,
yeah.
Heart goes out to the man. The Vision come out here. Why is Logan Paul still in the Vision?
He's
Why
with them now.
Why is he here? I thought this was just a business arrangement, or at least I thought that was what it was going to be. Is this dude actually a full-fledged member of the group?
From Paul Heyman's words, I think so, and that is horrible, man. What a depressing group, dude. Logan Paul is a part of the Vision now, and
Holy hell!
Logan Paul is the mid-carder of the Vision, man.
Ugh.
You're having Bronco for the world title. We'll get to that. That's dope. And you could have Bronson, eventually go for, I don't know, maybe an IC. That'd be cool. No, it's Logan Paul is the mid-carder for the group.
Again, who thought it was a good idea to have Logan Paul stand side to side with the Bronze on a week-to-week basis?
Literally, it's the same problem that Seth was with them. He don't fit them.
Not at all. He doesn't fit them at all. You got Logan Paul side to side with the Bronze. This chicken shit heel is standing alongside these two badass dudes, and these badass dudes, the Bronze, don't not want this guy there. Why are they cool with him being around? Like, may I ask?
Cool with it. Like, what? Like, I don't get it. Why are they so cool with this shit? Well, they should hate him as much as they didn't like Seth.
They literally, Braun in his promo calls out Seth for being a narcissist. Yet he's standing next to Logan Paul. How does that make
gimmick, dude?
How does that make sense for his character? I don't understand. Paul Heyman shouts out Brock Lesnar. He shouts out Drew McIntyre. He shouts out Bronson Reed. He shouts out Logan Paul. And he shouts out WWE themselves. Because on January 5th, the Barclays Center, the 1-year anniversary of Raw on Netflix, CM Punk will lose the World Heavyweight Championship to the uncrowned champion of the world, Braun Breaker. He hands Braun Breaker the mic, and I didn't think anything of this at first. I was like, okay, Braun's just gonna cut a promo. And boy, was I
shocked.
very shocked with what we got. This was the promo of this man's life.
It was.
Braun says he's upset. He's not upset because they won War Games. He's upset with how easy it was to pin CM Punk, the guy he grew up watching and heard so much about, just to realize he's nothing but a soft-ass bitch. He says Punk is no different than any other legend living off past glory. No different than Seth Rollins, a narcissist holding everyone down. He says Punk should be worried about the war going on in his own home, which is that his wife is a bigger star than he is. He says Punk tried to break his neck and take everything he's worked for. So on January 5th, I'm going to ruin your life and I'm coming for your career. He says, remember at WrestleMania last year when you came up to me and said, congrats on all the success, kid. Maybe soon you can cut a promo with the big dogs. Well, la-di-da, consider the promo cut. Because on January 5th, when you're on your ass looking up at the lights and they announce me as the heavyweight champion, you can look into my eyes and realize you're not even close to the badass Braun Breaker, the real best in the world. He throws the mic, he spikes the microphone on the ground so hard, it pops back up in the air. Logan Paul grabs the mic and says, damn. Homie, put the fucking mic down. Why would you do that? After that good-ass promo, you grab the mic and do that? Which, I will say, one thing that did make up for it, Bronson Reed was standing behind him clapping with the just biggest smile on his face, like he was so proud. He just had the biggest, that's my fucking boy look on his face. I love the relationship with those two. They just come off like just genuine homies. That is genuinely, and I think that's what makes them work. Like, that's one thing I love about, like, the Vision turn so much. Braun gets in Bronson's face, and he's like, you're either with me or you're with him. And Bronson, with no hesitation, just drags Seth Rollins over to the fucking corner of the ring so he could give him a tsunami. Logan Paul, just please, dude, get the fuck out of the group. Can we just have Austin Theory in there already? Which hopefully, I'll get to that in a minute, but get out. But Bronson genuinely made me laugh the way he looked so fucking proud. It was like it was genuinely
your boy spit game. I was just marking out
100%. It's literally like watching your boy spit game, and you're just sitting there with this just proud look on your face, like that's my fucking
this
guy.
Motherfucker got it exactly, dude.
No, Bronson cracked me up. But as for Logan Paul, the only thing I can hope is that with Austin Theory coming in the group, they kick him out. That's the only thing I can hope for. I don't know if it's going to happen, but a man can dream.
There's a line in there that Braun said when talking about the Masked Man, that, the Masked Man tried to ruin his moment. I'm very scared that the Masked Man isn't sent by Paul Heyman, and it's sent by Seth.
I also forgot to mention, did you hear the part where Braun said, I don't know who it was, maybe it was Batman or something?
Oh yeah, he's like, that Masked Man, I don't know who it was, Batman, whoever. Man, that shit killed me. But Dude,
Yeah.
the way they're fucking kind of like talking about this masked guy, I, do- it could be, he could be a part of this version of the Vision. I could see it, but even if he is, the way that line from Braun, I don't think Braun's gonna like him in the group. On TV wise, either because Heyman went behind his back and added this dude without talking to him, or this dude is sent from Seth himself. And I don't think he's actually gonna like. I don't think there's gonna be a cohesive vision with Austin Theory in it at this point. From what tonight looked like, at least. Maybe time will tell a better story, man. But from the information we got tonight, I don't think Austin Theory is going to be in this version of the Vision and truly be their ally. I don't think so. I think he's either sent by Seth, which is god awful, I'm sorry, or he is going to join the group, but Braun ain't going to fuck with it, and he's not going to fuck with him, which don't know why he wouldn't fuck with him, but fuck with, not Paul Heyman, Logan Paul, especially, like you said, he calls Seth a narcissist, which is cool. I actually really like that line. But
Mhm.
then Logan Paul buds in to his moment of his promo at the end, and he's just cool with it. Imagine how beast it would have been when Logan Paul did that dumb shit at the end. If Braun Breaker just speared the life out of him
That
and
would have
used
been
him in his
dope.
example right now, that would have been a dope ass fucking moment, dude. He really should have done that. Don't know why Paul is in the group, but overall, loved Braun's promo. I thought it was fiery. Thought it was dope. I think he's fucking amazing. Um, and I love the relationship with him and Reed. I think they really just do give off their boys vibe, especially because I know Braun was in an interview talking about how when the Vision was first formed, he really didn't know Bronson Reed at all, but because of the Vision, they started traveling together and they did become boys, and you could just tell, bro. And it bleeds through to TV, and that's fucking dope, man. Love Braun's promo. I'm excited for the match on January 5th.
Same.
But I am scared for this match, dude. I don't think it's going to work out like the way we wanted it to. I don't think it is.
I do think it is. Personally, I think it's just Paul Heyman playing stupid. The only thing that would make me think that like Seth Rollins wouldn't send him is because I would have a hard time figuring out. Now again, Triple H is no stranger to doing stupid shit, but Seth I would have a hard time finding out why Seth Rollins would send Austin Theory to help the Vision. Maybe it was because of how much he hated Punk, but that's the only thing for me. I think personally it's just Heyman playing stupid. Now I don't completely disagree with what you're saying about the rest of the group not liking him. I could actually see that being a possibility. Um or I could see them, not really warming up to him at first. But I do think he is going to join this for. I could actually see the next time, knowing fucking Triple H, the next time we see this mask guy, because we did not see him tonight, I could see him helping Breaker beat Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship. And I could, see it all depends on what they want to go for with the Vision, because Paul and Seth would play stupid, but they had these mastermind plans the whole time. So I really think that's what it is, but I don't know if it's just Paul or if the rest of the group is in on it as well this time, now that Rollins is gone. Um but for me, if Triple H has a brain on his head, which is not guaranteed at all, he would have Austin Theory be the reason Logan Paul gets kicked out of the group. And that's what I'm hoping for in all this, because I'm sorry, there is no way that Logan Paul, no matter what way you look at it, makes sense in this group. To me.
It really doesn't.
But that's what I'm feeling for this masked assailant guy. I think the GMs are onto Paul Heyman because of the shit he pulled with War Games. So I think he's just trying to play stupid, because that's just Paul Heyman at this point. He just plays stupid. He plays like an idiot all the time. So I think that's what it is personally. But I do see Austin Theory joining the group. I just think he should be the reason Logan Paul gets out of the group personally, because to me, if Austin Theory ain't joining this group, what the hell are you doing this angle for? To me, because again, even putting him back with Seth, Buddy Murphy ain't here, bro. I mean, what are you gonna do? Get the disciples back together? I mean, what the fuck? I mean, if that's even an idea, then I need to see that on WWE Unreal and what the thought process behind that was. But I think, Austin Theory is going to end up joining the group because of the common denominator of also hating or going against what Seth Rollins stands for, because he is an ex-disciple. So that's what I think. I think Paul Heyman's just playing stupid like he always does. Personally, that's where I think this is headed. I just hope Austin Theory is the catalyst to fucking getting Logan Paul out of here, because that is just ridiculous to me how he's still in this fucking group, man. But that's where I'm at. But yeah, no mask guy tonight, and I honestly think Theory is probably going to be the reason Braun Breaker wins the World Championship, because oddly enough, I actually kind of see Braun Breaker winning the World Heavyweight title there on January 5th, which could be good, because we have a possibility of possibly getting not Cody versus Roman, and Roman winning the Rumble or Chamber to then face Braun at WrestleMania. Roman versus Braun for the World Heavyweight Championship. And then as for Cody, you could do the Randy match. I see a lot of people saying Cody Punk, with Punk winning Chamber in Chicago. That's also another option you can do. There's obviously the Sammy match that I see people saying. There's a lot of routes you can go with Cody. I just swear on everything, if Triple H thinks it's a good idea to do Cody Roman 3, all for the simple fact of these two being the biggest names in the business, for the love of God, Paul, nobody maybe there's a couple of you out there. Who the hell wants to see a third Roman Cody match for the World Championship in the main event night 2 of WrestleMania? If you want to do another Cody Roman match, sure, knock your socks off, fine. If there's a great story to be told behind it, go ahead. In the main event of WrestleMania, that'll be the third time in 4 years that we've gotten that main event at WrestleMania.
Literally, man. But yeah, for me, man, the line that really gets me with Braun is the "try to ruin my moment" line. I think no matter what, no matter who sent the mask, man, I don't think it's going to work out with the group, and I don't think he's going to like him in the group, because I actually do think he's going to help him win the title against Punk. I really do. And I don't know if Braun's gonna like the fact that he helped him, because I forgot when that happened. What moment was Braun mad at himself for someone like helping him win a match? Wasn't it one of the Jey Uso matches where he beat Uso, but like someone like kind of, which one was that?
Oh, I know what you're talking about, but I can't remember exactly.
I can't. I think it might have been when like LA Knight attacked Uso or in one of their matches and something, and Braun beat him, and like Braun was pissed because he didn't get a chance to just beat the shit out of him himself. And I think that same thing is gonna happen with this masked dude, and whether it was Seth, whether it was Heyman that sent him, I think he's gonna like the masked dude at all, and I think he's gonna reject Theory in the group almost instantly. So I'm very scared for that. I don't think it's gonna work out with Theory in the group. I actually don't. I think come around after WrestleMania, Theory is gonna be allied with Seth. I just see it, dude. I just see it. I don't see it working out with the Vision, unfortunately. Don't know why you could put Logan Paul and that theory in there, but you never know. You never know, man. But, you know, Braun winning could have a lot of good things for Mania. It could settle Mania up in a lot of good ways. Like you said, I've seen a lot of people wanting Cody and Punk. I'll take it over Cody and Roman,
Yeah.
and even Cody and Randy. At the end of the day, for me, I'll take Braun and Roman any fucking day. That's what I really want. And I really do think he does beat Punk on January 5th.
I could very much see it. I could very much see it, and yeah, I do see I do see your points, especially with the way Braun is. I can see your points. So we got CM Punk and John Cena getting a rivalry recap video package, which I thought was very dope. I definitely did not expect to see that on the show, but I thought that was very dope. I thought that was very dope, and I loved seeing a little recap of their feud. It definitely had me sitting here reminiscing about the childhood for a little bit. I cannot lie.
It was really dope. I love that little thing they did.
Speaking of the last time is now, we got the semifinals. We have Jay Uso lacing up the Air Force Ones again to put on another banger like only Jay Uso knows how to do, versus LA Knight. You know, the guy that is a flash in the pan.
Flash in the pan. For like 3 years straight, I guess.
Yeah. LA Knight hits sorry. Jay Uso hits a super kick, a spear, and guess what's next?
Maybe, would it be a splash?
Oh,
No way.
right. Dude, commentary was gassing this up. Wade Barrett was gassing this up like he's going like full on like Will Ospreay, dude. Jay, he hits the super kick and then he starts hitting the ropes, and Wade Barrett's like, "Oh, Jay Uso's going high octane." High octane. What? This is his same sequence he does ever. This is the only sequence he knows how to do.
His only sequence. What are you hyping it up like he's fucking shooting from the hip here?
I mean, they're acting like he just did a handspring cutter into a handspring Pele kick. You know, now he's fucking gearing up for a Stormbreaker. I mean, what, dude? He's doing the same thing he does all the time. So he goes on the top for an Uso splash. LA kicks out, and while he kicks out, he rolls him into a backslide. And Jay Uso loses the match via an LA roll-up off the backslide. Jay Uso, after the match, then starts flipping out. He starts destroying the ringside, the steel steps, and the ringside hydration station. He's very upset. Jay's very upset that he is the last time in the last time is now tournament was now. So he was very upset about this, and he's talking to himself on the way out, very irate, very pissed off.
Singles push was now.
Hopefully the last singles match was now.
Hopefully.
So Jay is in the back. He's talking to himself as Jackie walks up, and she's trying to ask him about anything. And she's like, "Jay, it's me." So he walks outside, and he comes back, and he tells Jackie, "I don't give a damn about the bronze. I don't give a damn about no Vision. I don't give a damn about anybody else." He says there's a lot of people in his head right now that need to get out. He walks away, and then he comes back, and he says, "But you know what? Roman said it best. Those titles, look best around his shoulders, not mine. Well, Jey Uso is sad and he's angry again. And this is actually the best Jey Uso to me. I like when he is serious and doubting himself. I think that, or conflicted Jey Uso, I would say, to me is the best Jey Uso. I thought this was fine. I don't really know where this goes. Again, it really seems like they pulled his singles rug out from under him, which I can't even really say is a bad thing at this point, but we'll see where it goes, but again, yeah, we'll see where it goes. This could end up being a good thing. It could also end up being, nothing.
Exactly. I'm very intrigued to see where this goes because it seems like he put his anger on Jimmy and onto Roman. So I'm very curious to see what that equals. Like I said, if it's going to equal anything at all. So this one I think will show with time.
For sure. So, speaking of the last time is now tournament. Gunther versus Solo Sikoa. I'm still laughing. Because what is this match? Well, I could tell you what this match was. Shocking. Because I thought this was going to be an absolute just show of tomfoolery.
Yeah.
I genuinely cannot fucking believe. I still am absolutely dumbfounded with the fact that this match was good.
It was really good. These boys were fucking shooting, bruh.
They were like, there was like a test of strength. These two are like they're trying to shoulder tackle each other, knock each other down to their feet. Solo knocks Gunther on his ass at one point in this match and does the fucking Gunther pose. Whose fucking man's is this, bro?
Solo is the funniest part. Did you see back on that Halloween episode when fucking Solo walked up to the big skeleton and fucking dapped it up and the arm broke off, so he took it with him?
I did.
Like, bro,
Whose
Solo
man's is this, bro?
He is the funniest person on that roster, I would say, man. But he's also fucking tough as hell, and you get moments like this where you can actually be tough as hell. And this was fucking amazing, dude. Dude, the moment where he fucking went for the spike, screamed, and Gunther fucking chopped his neck was brutal. Dude, it was great.
Did you see the face? So, okay, the one thing that kept getting me during this match, which was hilarious, because like Solo was putting on a good ass match, but still being hilarious in the middle of all this, because his faces to like Gunther's like big boots or like his drop kicks or especially his chops, Solo just had the most like, oh fuck, look on his face, like his eyes would get all big, and he was just, oh yeah, like Solo, at one point went to go for a Samoan spike, and Gunther chopped this man's neck. The look on his face, or there was also another point in this match where like I think Gunther gave him a big boot and Solo was like laying on the outside right before they went to commercial, when he's just like he's like holding his head and he's just like, his eyes are just huge, popping out of his head. Solo, later in the match, hits a spinning solo on Gunther for a splash, which would end up in a near fall. Solo goes to go for the Samoan spike and gets put in a sleeper, which Solo rips the turnbuckle pad off of the turnbuckle. And as the ref, the ref is then distracted with the turnbuckle pad. So Hikuleo is on the outside and he big boots Gunther and he's holding Gunther so Solo can hit him with the Samoan spike. Solo, pulls his fist back to do the spike, and the referee turns around and Solo instead of trying to hide the fact that Hikuleo is holding Gunther, he hides his thumb. Solo,
Hides his thumb.
that the thumb is not the problem. The problem is your man's is holding Gunther hostage so you can just spike this man right in front of his face, and fucking Solo. And they played a replay of it, and his eyes again get so big, and he puts his thumb behind his back, like, bro, the thumb isn't the problem here. You guys are cheating right now.
That's the fucking problem.
Solo's too hilarious, bro. So Gunther then low blows Hikuleo. He grabs Solo's thumb and smacks it up against the ring post, which I forgot to mention was also another big story element in the match. Is the whole match Gunther was working the right hand of Solo Sikoa to try to take away the Samoan spike. So I thought that was great. We don't really get a lot of people trying to do that with Solo. So I thought that was a really cool touch. So Gunther gets Solo in the ring, and the referee's yelling at Hikuleo to not get involved. And as Gunther sees the referees not looking, he low blows Sikoa, hits him with a power bomb to seal the deal and get the victory here tonight. As Gunther advances in the tournament, still dope hearing the theme music. I'm still not used to hearing it again, but it is so fucking cool hearing it. Heel versus heel. Gunther was sort of playing babyface, but still in his own way playing heel.
Yeah.
This was fucking tremendous. I am over the moon with how good this match was. I mean, I want to see these two go again. I do. I really do, man.
Really do.
I want to see these guys get in the ring again. This was so fucking good. Again, heel versus heel. Gunther was sort of, if you could depict anybody as a babyface out of this, it was Gunther. But even at that, you know, he wasn't still like, you know, full playing babyface. Again, he won by a low blow, and you know, I love how the story of this match was, you know, it was two evils. It was just the first to successfully cheat won. And I really loved it, man. These are obviously two, you know, at least from WWE standards, these are two kind of unbeatable guys. You know what I mean? Or at least they try to protect these two as best as they can. So, you know, these two were going to have to cheat to beat each other, man. And Gunther was just the first to do it. I thought this was amazing. This absolutely blew me away with how good this was. And a lot of people are saying this is the best singles match that Solo has ever done. And I would agree with that. This is the best singles match that I've ever seen Solo Sikoa in. I thought this was phenomenal, man. This was great stuff. So hats off to both guys. And then we also did get a face-off with LA Knight and Gunther after the match. So that was also dope as well. Finals to that will be Friday on SmackDown. So, hey, man, I thought they did wonderful.
I thought these guys did great, man. This match was great. The dynamic was great, like you said. It's who can cheat first, who can win first. Very dope, man. Gunther fighting the numbers game is he can just make it work, man, because he's just a beast. Love this match. Love this dynamic. I wish Solo can look like this all the time on SmackDown, but he is on SmackDown under Road Dogg. So unfortunately that is the case. But this match was great, and I'm excited for these finals, man. LA, Gunther, I'm excited, bro.
For sure. So, we got the main event. Rhea and Io versus Charlotte and Alexa. This one ends with Charlotte and Alexa, Rhea and Io, getting beat down by the Kabuki Warriors to end the match in a disqualification. Wow. Who the fuck seen that coming?
Like, you just end the match, just disqualification, just attack, just heel attack. Okay. Why was this the main event at that point?
You
could have had Gunther and Solo main event.
You dead ass could have, and the show would have ended more epic than what this ending was. Bro really fucking thought he cooked here.
This shit did not cook.
Your idea of an epic Raw is a women's number one contender match ending in a disqualification. Thank you, Paul.
Thanks,
With
Paul.
a ridiculously predictable ending. The fact that the Kabuki Warriors didn't come out in the open to the show when they were specifically called out, and they made that match, I said, gee, I wonder what's going to happen then. I fucking wonder if the Kabuki Warriors are going to, I don't know, interfere and cost both teams the match. Wow.
Yep. And I want, because both baby teams want to face the Kabuki Warriors. So, how about we just make them both face them at the same time, because their match against each other gets interrupted by them. It's like the fucking oldest fucking thing in the rest of this shit. Probably originally was booked in 1964, and this shit's been happening ever since, and that's what you fucking pulled tonight. Thanks, Paul.
Well, Bailey and Lyra come out for the save, but the Judgment Day, Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, and Roxanne Perez, they attack Bailey and Lyra and the Kabuki Warriors to stand atop all four tag teams that are all four tag teams, not including themselves, that were out there. The one thing this scares me for is it looks like Bailey and Lyra have now been notched down the totem pole yet again because the Judgment Day are back now, which I'm glad that Liv is back, but I'm sorry, that doesn't make Raquel and Roxanne any less interesting of a tag team. I'm sorry.
It really does. At this point, dude, genuinely, have fucking Judgment Day lose. Have Liv and Dom ditch this fucking group and move on. Because just move on.
What in the tomfoolery, Paul? Again, these two were the best part about Monday Night Raw for a while. Now Bailey and Lyra are doing nothing. So that's just great. Thank you for that, Paul. Thanks. I really appreciate your hard work and your efforts for this epic Monday Night Raw with the most predictable ending that you could possibly imagine. Really, thumbs up on the show, Paul. Thanks. Thank you so much for hyping up an epic Raw just for you to give us some more fucking slop, which is the name of your game in 2025, apparently. So thanks again,
really
Paul.
Is. He's triple slop, dude. And that's what this main event was, dude. And we're literally just going to get all the baby faces facing Kabuki Warriors for the tag titles at the same time in a big multi-tag match.
Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
Rimshot says apparently the Judgment Day has gone on longer than the NWO. You know what's the funniest part about that? The whole problem, at the end of the line with the NWO was that it went on too long and too many people were in that group.
Yes.
That's what happens. Look at Bullet Club. Who gives a fuck about Bullet Club? Because it still exists. Who gives a fuck about the Judgment Day? It still exists. And that's what killed the NWO. Come on, Paul. Learn from history.
I don't understand. I do not understand.
God damn.
Yes. So, as a whole, the NWO went 6 years, but if you just count, well, we all know the WWE run wasn't a real run. If you count their WCW run, they went for 3 years, so July of 96 to early 99. And the Judgment Day have gone on for 3.5, almost 4 years now. So yes, that is correct if you just count their WCW run, which is the run that everybody, so nobody fucking talks about the NWO in the WWE anyway. Actually, everybody talks about how much Vince fucked it up, but you get my point.
Exactly. It's like you don't count WWE CW same way you don't count WWE NWO. Second those
Correct.
IPs were bought, they were dead.
Dead in the water. Yeah. So yeah, that was Monday Night Raw. That was your epic edition of Monday Night Raw. Paul, Just stop. I mean, seriously, man. I don't know how many times, you feel like getting baked on a Tuesday and a Friday, but it is really concerning at this point.
Literally, man. Literally, it really is concerning.
It's okay. Somebody wants to drop on you. Our guy Ribshot wants to drop on you. He's inquiring
Let's
about
drop
it.
on me. We'll talk about it, Ripshot. We'll talk about it.
Slide in my man's DMs.
Exactly.
So, hey, man,
Not the
that
first time
is.
I'm sliding there, but I still got you, bro. I still want. I'll still take it. I'm sorry.
Brother. Yeah. So that is everything, man. That is everything for your NHP Unscripted episode 276. This has been everything for Thanksgiving Eve Dynamite, Survivor Series Eve SmackDown, and Epic Monday Night Raw. Thank you guys so very much for joining us. Thank you to everybody who joined us in the live chat and my guys a part of the Replay Mafia, Ribshot, Manager Logan, my guy Lonnie, and Mr. Welcome Down and Cut They Shiz Off, my brother, Gotti Devon. Thank you guys so very much for joining us here today for another edition of Unscripted, man. This has been episode 276. Also, fair heads up, we will let you guys know if anything changes. So far, news on Friday is looking to be another noon, 12 p.m. Central episode of the news. Just a fair heads up for that. So thank you guys as always. Man, that is gonna do it for this edition of Unscripted. This has been episode 276. Thank you guys so very much. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you all on Friday with the news.
Peace.